everywhere buzzed few hours ago as Tinubu never expected what is happening in Nigeria and what is happening to him right now. Had it been that this thing will resort to this level, he wouldn't have pulled his hand on what he actually pulled his hand on now. It was few hours ago that OBASANJO, the former president of Nigeria, came out to labast and laboost Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding how they killed a lot of protesters in cause of the 10-day protest and all. And as if that is not enough, few minutes after, Joe Biden have finally called for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu never known that this alone will happen in Nigeria. Had it been that he known that Nigerians will call for international attention and all, he wouldn't have allowed the protest to take place in the first place. Now, Nigerians are holding 1 million march today, which is proposed to be the last day of the protest. They finally called the attention of US president and all. Now, Biden have finally come for Tinubu. Amidst the claim that happened in cause of the protest and all, now, Nigerians are on the jubilating side. I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, just do well to share it. Share to the different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG Watch TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG Watch TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, ensure you click the registration button and appearing in your video screen, and at the same time as you click it, click the notification bell icon and knock sign so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. Today marks the 10th day of the protest. The protest kickstart from August 1 and the proposed day is August 10 that the protest will finish and all. But Nigerians are in street right now. They make today to be the last day of the protest as proposed, and they are making 1 million march today. Now the 1 million march have finally started, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu never see what is coming. Nigerians right from the time that they started the protest and all, they be calling the attention of international bodies. They be calling the attention of Joe Biden and all, because Nigeria is under the democracy that US themselves they practicing and all, and there's no how the protest will then get to 10 days. The US body must interfere and all, and that is exactly what is happening right now. A lot of Nigerians jubilate in the early hours today because Biden have finally come for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The US present president, he have finally come for Bola Ahmed Tinubu because a lot of people believe that Tinubu have been doing all sort of things in Nigeria and nobody is checkmating him and all. Tinubu have been doing everything and nobody is calling him to order and all. Imagine protesters coming out to stage a peaceful protest, and they announced it right from time even before the day of the protest. They've been announcing it like up to a month back, and Tinubu never called for negotiation and do everything to just attend to the agitations of the people. And this is what the government can actually do. They can attend to the agitations of hunger, the bad governance and all, how to reduce the cost of governance, how to reduce fuel price and all. They can do all those things, how to attend to insecurities in Nigeria, because the insecurity issue have been the main issue in Nigeria, and have been what have been stopping a lot of people from farming even when they have farmlands and all. A lot of farmers have run out of farm, and a lot of things is happening in Nigeria right now. That's why food is very scarce in Nigeria and foods are very expensive. But Tinubu could attend to the agitation of the people. But now Biden have finally come for Tinubu. Now Tinubu is on a high jump right now, so I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. What they want to do to Tinubu for killing a lot of protesters, peaceful protesters precisely in cause of the protest, Tinubu is in serious trouble right now, so I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. You will see everything yourself. If you can share the video, just do what to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Nigerians have never seen this kind of thing before. Nigerians have been protesting right from time, even right from the time of the democracy, because according to a report, Nigeria democracy is marking around 25 years now, and Nigerians are saying that they have not reaped the dividends of this so-called democracy, unlike other countries in the world. Other countries are reaping the dividends of their democracy. UK and US, they are reaping the dividends of their democracy, including Canada and some other big countries that are working fine like that, and a lot of Nigerians are risking their life and running to all those other countries. You can imagine what is happening now. The people of Nigeria are now standing up, since our parents cannot stand up back then, because according to report, our parents, the older generation, they scared of the government and all. They can't stand up for their country. Now the Gen Zs and these new generations are standing up for their right, and they standing up for the Nigeria constitution and all. They said no, enough is enough. The government cannot be enjoying on our behalf. That's what the people are saying. They're not coming to fight the government. They say no to violence. Unlike the violence that is ongoing in the northern part of Nigeria, a lot of people condemn it, including myself. I condemn the protest that is ongoing in the northern part of Nigeria because they have turned into something else. It's not a riotic protest. They are not following the peaceful pattern of the protest and all. And that alone is a big blow to Nigeria. Now, Obasanjo came out and issued a strong warning to Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the people cannot be coming out and be asking for their fundamental human rights. The people cannot be coming out when they are okay. If the country is okay, you won't see the people in the streets coming out. If the people hate you, they won't come to streets coming out to protest. The people actually love that. That's why they're coming out to stage a protest so that you can be called to order and do the needful so that your government could be a successful government. That was what Obasanjo said a few hours ago. He called the attention of Tinubu and Obasanjo finally joined the protest. Now, I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video to hear what Obasanjo said. Then when I come, I will show you what Biden said and the directive that he gave. Tinubu's mind is not touching the ground at the moment because he never expected Biden to say that very word and he never expected Biden to make that very directive. Just stay connected to listen to Obasanjo. Then when I come back, I will show you what Biden said. Tinubu is in serious trouble right now. Just stay connected. I'll come back again.
It can't go on the way it's going on. And the youth, whatever we may say to them or do to them, what they are demanding is what is the word that is legitimate. As I said, you are what you are today because you are a Nigerian. I am what I am today because I'm a Nigerian. So why should they be Nigerian and be languishing in poverty? Why? And then they make demand for that. And we are not listening to them. They make demand for that. And we are treating it with levity. We are sitting on the keg of gunpowder. They are frustrated, they are desperate, they are angry, they are hungry, they are unemployed, they are in abject poverty. What do we expect? Those boys and girls that have tried to go over the Sahara and go over the Mediterranean, they had 3 hurdles to cross. The Sahara, the ill treatment in the Mediterranean country on this side, whether it's Algeria, or Libya or wherever, they go through hell. Then the Mediterranean. Then when they landed on the other side, some of them came here. I listened to them and I was weeping. Now why should they go through that? Because what you and I have not given them the attention that they deserve.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what Obasanjo said in that very video. You know, Obasanjo was the former president of Nigeria and he understands the way this thing actually go. He said the people cannot come out and be demanding for food when they're hungry and you'll be dashing them live bullets. It have never happened in the history of any country before. In the history of any country in the world, it have never happened that the people actually come out to protest in a democratic country and during the protest, they dash them live bullets. It's not even rubber bullet. It's not even rubber bullet at all. They dashed them live bullet and a lot of people actually lost their life. Where on earth is this happening? What kind of government is this? That's what a lot of people are asking. Those are the questions that we're asking out there, and a lot of people lost their life. And when Tinubu came out to make his speech on Sunday, and that speech amounts to the reason why the protest actually lingered to that 10 days, because if you should actually attend to the agitations of the people, the 10th day of the protest will not even come up. The 10th day of the protest will not see the light of the day. Now he came out to address everything. He never addressed protest how he want to solve the hunger issue. There is ravaging the land. People cannot afford to eat one square meal in their houses, and they're telling us that there's no money in the country, and Nigerian politicians are living their luxurious lifestyle, and they are feeling fine and feeling good and feeling happy with our money. They are enjoying our money in the upper seats over there, and Tinubu keep telling Nigerians that they should be enduring. He even came out to make it known to the general public that we are passing through baby step of suffering.
Nigeria will see positive changes as we move along. Just go through these baby steps of pain. Baby step of pain. Me too, I'm taking baby steps as the president. Not marching in a hurry. Be ready to listen.
We suffering is a baby step. Are they really practicing the same baby step of suffering that Nigerians and the common men are actually going through? They do not know the pain of the people. People are dying of hunger, but these people are asking for them to give them food, to give them a lasting solution to hunger. They begin to dash them bullet. Now, Obasanjo have finally spoken. Now, Biden have finally finished Tinubu. Now, Tinubu is on a very high jump. The mind of Tinubu is not touching the ground at the moment, because the moment US attend to the problem of Nigeria, the protest problem precisely, it is a very big blow, and something needs to be done ASAP, because the US govern over all other countries in the world, because it's the headquarter of all democracy and all. So they are finally attend to the issue of Nigeria, for the way that Tinubu actually killed a lot of Nigerians because of the protests and all, the way the police brutality is still ongoing, and everything that is happening. They are finally spoken. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of the video. If you can share the video, just share it as you're watching it, and if you can share it, just like it. Now you listen to what the organizer of the protest actually say and how everything will go even after the protest. Then during their speech, you will hear what Biden said and the directive that he gave against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Just stay connected. I'm coming back again.
Since President Tinubu inauguration on May 29, 2023, when he announced the removal of the fuel subsidy without any structured plan to mitigate the negative impact on the people, the lives of ordinary Nigerians have been turned upside down. It is we, the common citizens, who are bearing the brunt of this decision as we struggle under unpalatable socio-economic conditions. Our nation is in crisis. Our nation is truly in crisis, sincerely speaking. And we must come together to work as brothers to continue to demand good governance for our leaders. The Nigerian people have been plunged into deeper poverty and hardship. Subsistence farming has vanished, leaving many families in distress. Parents struggle to put food on the table. It's a sad episode in our country. And some are forced to make stew with cucumbers because basic vegetables like tomatoes, peppers, and onions are too expensive. Farmers live in fear of bandits and kidnappers, preventing them from cultivating their lands, which contribute to the food scarcity we face. The economic turmoil has led to unpaid school fees, and as of 2024, UNICEF has declared Nigeria as having the world's highest number of out-of-school children. This is an urgent situation that demands immediate attention. This is not too much to ask, that our children should be given the opportunity to go to school, that an enabling environment should be created by federal government to accommodate those who are out of school. The number of out-of-school children is unprecedented in the history of this country. Crime rates are soaring as people become increasingly desperate. Communities are attacked, villages are ransacked, innocent lives are lost, ancestral lands are seized. This is not the Nigeria we aspire to build. Our people are not greedy. Nigerians are never greedy. Nigerians are one of the people that can be easily appeased when government do right and stand right by them. We are solely for a decent standard of living which can be provided by any competent leader. What we are talking about is about competence. It's about the fact that you cannot take irrational policy decisions. It's about the fact that you cannot wake up without proper planning, without proper study. You say subsidy is gone. That has brought untold hardship on our people, increasing the transportation cost alone by 300%, from 290 naira per liter of fuel to 800 naira, now 1,000 plus. How do you say Nigerian people should not ask their government to do better? We're asking our people to do better. It is particularly disappointing to see this government led by President Tinubu, who once stood as an opposition leader and supported protests, now using state forces to suppress the right of citizens. Section 39, Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution, along with Article 19 and 20 of the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights, guarantee our rights to freedom, freedom of expression, and peaceful assembly. Yet, when Nigerians exercise this right under this government led by President Tinubu, they are faced with brutality and even death. The penalty for protest is not death penalty. The punishment for protest should be at least water cannon, rubber bullet. People are protesting in UK as we speak. How many record of death have they recorded? Because the police must be civil. Civil society and the security agency must adhere to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the protesters in Abuja and other elsewhere have respected their right to peaceful protest. We have witnessed tragic events such as the killing of Abbas Kabiru by the Nigerian police in Kaduna and the death of 16-year-old Ismail Muhammad at the hands of the Nigerian army. These are only a few examples of the violence that peaceful protesters have endured, with Amnesty International stating over 22 peaceful protesters brutally killed by the security agencies. If not because of the pressure that came from Kaduna, that the Nigerian army accepted and said in public and even offer apology, and then paid 300,000 naira to the family of the deceased, a 16-year-old boy. What will 300,000 do to the family? Look at the emotional trauma that comes from that. If they have applied the alternative of trying to negotiate, speak to Nigerians who are the custodian in the first place of what people governance are, it should be. We won't be in this state of struggling to give our people a fair hearing. The 1999 Constitution as amended clearly protect our inalienable rights, including the right to protest. According to the Constitution, no one should be held without being charged to court for more than 48 hours. Yet, individuals like Alhaji Khalid Aminu remains in detention without charges, languishing in the SSS custody in Kaduna. This is unacceptable, and the government must do everything possible to release all peaceful protesters or charge them to court. Nigeria may be a lawless place, but our fundamental human rights will not be taken away from us. We demand that all those detained in connection to the ongoing protest be released with immediate effect, or else President Tinubu should be ready to arrest and kill us all. The demand of Nigerians who have gathered peacefully since August 1st, 2024 must be heard. We seek relief from the economic hardship inflicted upon us by the irrational policy of President Tinubu-led government. The use of live ammunition against peaceful protesters is intolerable and must end immediately. We also declare that the harassment and intimidation of journalists who are bona fide members of the fourth estate of the realm for covering the protest is a breach of the Constitution and other relevant international laws, and this should also be stopped immediately. We saw journalists being harassed. We saw journalists from AIT who were shot at the airport, who had serious injury on their leg, broke their leg. We saw a new central journalist. I'm a trained journalist myself. I know the right of journalists in the country to be able to keep Nigeria in the right direction and continue to inform the citizens about policies and decisions of government, and also inform the government. They are the gap between the two sides. And if you now start to make sure that there's no free press, as soon as there's no free press, then there's no democracy. As soon as there's no freedom, and then there's no democracy. As long as the people cannot voice their voice without fear, then our democracy continue to languish in the hands of those who are intimidating us. Our protests are not staged for criminals. To those who see our peaceful protests as a means to put their criminal activities to practice, you are not part of our cause. Our cause is good governance. Our cause we demand that government must be responsible. Our cause we demand that government must cut the excessive spending on themselves and ignoring the Nigerian masses. Our cause is that public schools must work for public good. Our cause is that public resources must be used for the development of this country. Our cause is that our refinery must work so that we stop importing and spending dollars that we don't have. Our cause is that human rights must be respected. We call on President Tinubu to immediately halt the use of brute force by security agencies against peaceful protesters. There's no place for the use of live ammunition on peaceful protesters. Nigerians have the right to protest, and our demands are essential for the nation's progress and stability. We urge the federal government to take immediate action to address these issues. We are aware of the government tactics of bribing key stakeholders to quench protests, but this time it will not succeed. Our demands are not met. We will continue to peacefully express our sufferings and frustration until they are addressed for the benefit of the common man on the street. Nigeria will not give up, we will not give in, we will not cave in until that demands are met. And that demand is that the welfare of our people become paramount in the eyes of those who are government. The people are not made the people are not beholden to government. Government is made to provide for the people. So when government failed in that direction, yes, it is the responsibility of citizens to speak up. Let us stand united in our pursuit of a better Nigeria. A Nigeria where the government serves the people and ensures that every citizen even can live with dignity and hope. We thank you for coming here. We thank our pressmen who have risked their life in the time of this protest. We thank young people who have kept up the work of advocacy, who have kept up the work of civil engagement, who have kept up the work of promoting harmonious relationship between communities and tribes, between region and religion.
I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful. God bless Nigeria and USA. I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful. I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful. God bless Nigeria and USA. I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful. I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful. God bless Nigeria and USA. I'm not comfortable seeing Nigeria protesters waving a Russian flag. I hope they know what they're doing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have to take this matter serious and settle your citizens because they're doing too far, which might affect your regime, so be careful.
You go to buy tomatoes and they're telling you that just a tiny plate of tomatoes is 4,000 naira, and you're asking why is it 4,000 naira? People protest every day. So in as much as the government is trying all their possible best to be very brutal with peaceful protesters, when they can carry that brutality to end insecurity, when they can use that same brutality to go and end banditry and end kidnapping, or bringing it to peaceful protesters, no matter what they try to do, no matter how they try to ensure that people's morals and people's belief and courage is actually trampled on. It will not, because people will still protest every day. People will protest the price of fuel. People will protest the price of our normal standard of living. People will protest the price of food items. Everything is inflated, and all the citizens of the country are asking for is sort it out, fix it. And rather than fix it, you start to throw tear gas, shooting live bullets at peaceful protesters. Where is that done anywhere in the world?
Insane.
Where is that done? Because there is nowhere in the world that even if you want to even put people in a courtroom, they'll tell you that your sin or your crime is actually punishable by death. There's no crime in peaceful protest, and there's nowhere in the world that they'll tell you that if having a peaceful protest, you have to be punished by death. This was the Nigerian flag that was used in peaceful protest, and it was hit thousands of times with tear gas. And these people don't even respect the flag. They don't respect the Nigerian citizens, and the Nigerian citizens are coming out to ask now. These are our demands. All we want you to do is end hunger. Like everything is actually going down in the country, all because of a very, very wrong statement that was made. How is it so difficult for you to fix it? And rather than fixing it, you want to start picking up peaceful protesters, or you want to start ensuring that people feel inconsequential in the country of their own. That is very wrong. The peaceful protesters are not going to stop protesting. Every day of our lives we protest. We will continue to protest the prices of food items. We'll continue to protest the standard of living in Nigeria until it is fixed. Our demands are clear. Fix it.
These are the probing questions that we have failed to address. It's not whether people are still coming out for the protest or not. I'm sure that you are newsmen, and I believe that the general public also follow the news, and you can see what is happening over other states. not only Abuja. The protest is not only happening in Abuja or Lagos State, it is nationwide. And we have listed things that Nigerian people will need. It is not a personal need for myself, nor for the people that you see in this press conference. It is for the collective good of citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And it is actually an embarrassment to this democracy which we claim to practice, that these same protesters are being oppressed in this manner. How can children be dying in a peaceful protest? Children are dying. These are the same events that happened during the NSAS protest in 2020, and it is a repeated reoccurrence. If we are indeed giants of Africa, we should be able to lay those roadmaps. We should be able to lay good examples, both in democracy, in judicial reforms, in electoral reforms, in the economy, in commerce. What is the ease of doing business currently in Nigeria? Businesses are folding. Companies are leaving Nigeria. So the issue is not about how many people remain on the streets. The issue is that has the problem been solved? And it is unfortunate that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who addressed the nation, could not address any of the things that these people have been on the streets protesting for. Not one was addressed. Not one. The hunger persists, the inflation persists, the economic difficulty persists, and a lot more. In fact, individual businesses, which is the private sector, which is supposed to be running our economy, has been crippled. How much do you buy diesel or fuel in order to, solve the problems of your businesses around? So I think that we should be asking the government the right questions and not the citizens. If they cannot answer to our demands, then I'm afraid that this protest will continue. Protest is simply airing your grievances, and like he has rightly mentioned, it is enshrined in all records, all laws, both international laws and treaties that Nigeria is a signatory to.
The level of armory, the level of personnel that have been deployed to quell peaceful protests. That is to show that we can even end banditry. That is to show that we can even secure ungoverned spaces. That is to show that we can secure our federal highways over how many thousand kilometers. So what we are saying, the intimidation, the harassment is the reason why in this press conference is even happening in the first place. That people have been harassed. You ask something, you go to another, that people have been picked up. We spoke here that Aminu has been in detention. So these are factors that are militating that, look, you can suppress an idea. You can suppress people's right. You can suppress people's opinion, but it lives in their heart. And that suppression is the reason why democracy is not germinating well. And the people must stand. And the people must collectively demand good governance. And for that reason, we are committed to the peaceful protest. We are committed. What we are doing here is peaceful protest. What we are doing here is peaceful protest. The young men that you see here have come out to speak. You understand? Please, we are not giving in like we have said. What we have said is that we are re-emphasizing some of the requests that we have made for the protest starting from August 1. That is, requests are alive. Electoral reforms are important. Without proper electoral environment, without proper election being conducted that will represent true wishes and aspirations of our people, without a reform that will protect that one man, one vote, without a reform that will say that from the ECA must be scanned directly through the beavers to the IREC, without such reforms and without proper electoral environment, we will elect leaders that will not be beholden to the people, that will not respond to the people. Leaders will elect themselves. So these are demand every citizens, every government will adhere to, and say let's have our people elect our leaders. What is too much to ask? Hunger day, where there's a gap between the function of what the political party should do as enshrined in from the section 223 to 229, then the citizens take the mandate and then do what is needful to put government in check. Because what President Tinubu and APC did, and his other counterpart did, was to put every government that have come on the front burner and pressure pot to be able to ask that they do good for the people. So why is that different? Ours is not different. We would do what the opposition leaders are not doing. Our young people have spoken, and what they want is good leadership, competent leaders, driving competent policies, and driving policies that will create change for our people, positive change. He has been protesting since the 90s. And for him to now come and not use protest as a means to govern the people, because protest itself, without it, democracy will not be sustainable. So what we're saying is that if you make promises as government, for the civil service, there's no group of people that have given more sacrifice to our country than the civil servants. And their welfare is very important. It's captured in part of the things we're saying, that you should have mortgage system so that they will be able to pay for 30 years while they get to service and get the house. That you should have a system that puts food on their table, not a system that impoverishes them. Because you made a promise to even sell rice at 50,000 naira to civil servants. That promise has been withdrawn. And we are saying for civil servants, this country is yours. Fundamental right as enshrined in combined reading of section 39, 40, and 41. Give them the right to also participate in peaceful protest. It's not a crime. Protest is a way of entrenching and enriching the components of what they call democracy. So what we are saying is that President Tinubu has been playing policy somersault with all his public statement. The irrational way he removed the petroleum fuel subsidy, the fuel subsidy, which has led our people to this poverty. The way he mentioned that he was going to do 500 hectares of farmland and cultivate it. Till now, there's no one hectare has not been cultivated. So we have a problem, and we're demanding. There's no fear. You talk about fear. What is the essence of this life that we're living if we don't live for humanity? What is the essence of this life that we're living if we don't sacrifice ourselves to make sure that generation yet unborn have a better place to live in? Our parents were afraid. Our forefathers were afraid. We suffer that consequences. It is time for young nation, young Nigerians to believe in the man, to demand good for their government. It is our responsibility. Ain't nothing is serve a la carte. So we are asking that President Tinubu look at this reasonable demand and then execute them in line to the benefit of his own legacy.
In the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have the list of our people that have been arrested, but these are not all. In fact, there are people that we don't even know. Those who were picked up just by passing on the road, even journalists like yourselves that have been picked up, and several individuals across the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This list come up every day because these arrests are made every day. And that is why one of our demands is not to only release the people who were arrested during the NSAS protest, but also those who are still arrested during this protest and still being arrested even as the protest continues or as we speak. So what we are calling on them is that we must not provide any list. While the list is compiled, every day lists are released, they mention some names. Let them stop arresting peaceful protesters. And I would like to state this categorically. We realize that it is simply an arranged meeting with several security forces to keep on arresting people in the name of that they are bandits. Please, people who are protesting are not bandits. This protest was announced even over a month before it began. Yes. All we needed for the police to do, we have mapped out strategic locations where these protests are happening. If people are looting in other shops, go ahead and arrest them. Why are you arresting people who are on the street at strategic locations without any weapons, asking for good governance? So I am saying that the list will be published. A lot of people are still being arrested as we speak, and they should stop that arrest with immediate effect and release all those who are in detention. They know these people and they know in the places that they've been arrested.
You want to speak, so let me say something. Where is the electoral reforms that is needed to usher in a proper democratic government in Nigeria? Where is that? Is there any committee? Is there anything going on in the National Assembly that point to that? So there are issues. The issues are on this. My brother at the extreme end, Max has said, there's a demand. The government is seeing it as confrontation. That's the problem. They are not behaving as if they're in a democracy. There's a demand. And this demand is clearly stated here. He talked about the electoral reform. He talked about securing our farmland. What is the security architecture the government has even put in the public to tell us that going forward, that our farmlands will be secured? These are the demands. I'm asking, what has he said? Rhetoric and trying to make promises on paper is something anybody can do. Everybody can do it. You can read anything. But ask the president, has this thing been done? And Nigerians feeling what is going on. He talked about sending 500 and something billion to state. The state have said it's COVID-19 relief money. And there must be a system. We talked about cost of governance, reducing cost of governance. There's no government since 1999 that have expanded governance like the President Tinubu administration. No. 48 also ministers. He created a new ministry of livestock. Expanding parastatals and MDAs, and putting more pressure on the already pressured economy. So these are the issues we're asking. As I'm talking to you, our money is not the safers of the Togo is higher. So you can't even go there and say you want to buy goods and sell because you will not gain. So we have to sit down and rejig our economic system, our security system, and our electoral reform system. The young people must participate. There's a young man that's very brilliant. A lot of them are here. You put them in, let them participate in reforming the process that will determine their future. Let them have a say in what will become something that either make them progress or make them retrogress.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. Biden have finally come out to speak, and when those people were actually speaking, those people, the organizers of the protest, they stated it bold and clear. They said if Tinubu did not attend to their agitation, that their fear is that the protest will continue. The organizers cannot even control the protest because this protest is a hunger protest, and a lot of Nigerians are not okay with the present situation of the country because everybody is going through the trauma, everybody is going through the hardship, and everybody is going hungry in the country. What 100,000 naira can afford in the market cannot even last a family of 6 for 2 weeks again. That's what is happening. Will you use all your salaries to be eating without savings and all? That's what is happening in Nigeria. People cannot go to farm. A lot of people have farm now. They can't go to farm due to insecurity. They can't do anything, and the farmers are wasting. And as if that is not enough, some Nigerians that are not even Nigerian, they come out in the last video that I posted on this platform yesterday. They say that they will still vote for Tinubu in 2037. Yes, it's good when you vote for Tinubu in 2037. You have the right to your opinion and your choice. It is a fundamental human right, but it is not for you to come out and be calling Nigerians lazy people. The thing that Buhari did then, some Nigerians are continuing it. They are now continuing the own process. They said Nigerians are lazy. That is it Tinubu that want to farm for them. That is it Tinubu that want to go to the farm for them. That the Tinubu promised them that he wants to go and be farming for them and all.
2027, we are ready to vote for him again. Don't worry yourself. You want to ask me a question? I'm not asking a question. I want to counter what he said. Okay, say what the you counter. So, Baba, what I want to say is that in the 24th century,
24th century.
Yes.
I never born by then.
No, why would a government who has promised to alleviate poverty to fix our refinery? Now, we need to say Nigerians are the reason why the refinery is not working till date.
Truly, Tinubu promised to do the nation well. You see, promised to carry cutlass because of you people.
Why has our refinery not started working till date?
Look at Dangote refinery. About 4 days ago, they say it catch fire. You see, Tinubu that go there to catch fire. I say you are wicked and you are lazy.
Now, they never tell Tinubu to go and farm for them. They're asking for Tinubu to provide security because it is a fundamental right of the government to protect the life and properties of the citizen. Now, the government is lacking in that very area. They can't protect the farmland of the people. The people cannot go to farm, and yet there's scarcity of food in the country, and people cannot afford the little food that is available in the country. People cannot buy it because it's on a high demand, and people are not seeing the money. The money is not out there because the job and everything is not out there, and people have been frustrated. That's the same thing that OBASANJO said. Now, Nigerians are coming out and they're making it known to the general public that the protest will continue whether Tinubu like it or not. Since Tinubu have not attended to the agitation because a lot of Nigerians were actually looking up to Tinubu on a very high expectation with the speech that he gave on Sunday. They were expecting that Tinubu will address how he wants to attend to their agitations, but it was so very unfortunate that Tinubu never attended to how he wants to reduce the cost of governance with the way he's choking the economy of Nigeria and is suppressing the economy of Nigeria with a lot of cabinet that he put together with a lot of aides and ministers. The way he's not pitting the economy of Nigeria, they will still borrow money instead of them to use to do productive stuff. They will still manfent among themselves, buying SUVs for themselves, buying presidential yacht that is irrelevant and all, spending the money luxuriously, and they will still come out to tell Nigerians that there is no money. These people are not pitying Nigerians, and Tinubu come out to tell us that this is a baby step of suffering. He couldn't attend to how he wants to solve hunger issue in the speech that he gave on Sunday, and he couldn't attend to how he wants to reduce fuel price. The northerners that are making riotic protests in the north, they say that that if Tinubu can reduce fuel price to like around 180, maybe it's going to bring back the subsidy and all. They said they should do it. They said they will stop the protest if we can reduce the fuel price. Now, Nigerians in the south and both in the north, they said if Tinubu did not attend to their agitations, that they will continue the protest. That with the fact that police is being brutal at them, with the fact that police have killed a lot of protesters, and they said they know that police will do more even after the 10th day of the protest. If they should continue the protest, that if police should try to be brutal at them, that they too will be guided. They will weaponize themselves. I'm not the one saying it. I played the video for you on this platform before. Let me play it for you again. You will hear it in this very video. Let me show you the video. If you can share the video, just share it as you're watching it, and if you can't share it, just like it. Give it a thumb up as you watch it and hear from Nigerians themselves.
If all these things what they do, after 10 days nothing happen, wetin go come happen?
Wait. Then revolution go dey.
You say?
Then revolution go dey.
Okay.
Then I no go beg you. If you like, don't carry gun fight for your rights. Nobody go fight for you. Nobody fight for me. Revolution go dey. I think police they get gun, but they go shoot more. See. Revolution go dey. We go stand up. See. If you cook for community, go cook for community, go chop. But if community cook for you, no fit chop. If community cook for you, no fit chop. No fit. See, how many people they go kill? Now wow. They fit kill one of us. Now wow. They fit kill one of us. See, Nigerians can be fool, but when you don't tell them, say them be fool to their face, they can't tell you, say they know what they do.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear from Nigerians themselves. They said if Tinubu failed to attend to the agitations, because according to a lot of Nigerians, what they're saying is they said Tinubu actually want them to exhaust the protest day, from the August 1 to August 10, and today making the last day of the proposed protest. A lot of Nigerians were saying Tinubu want them to finish the 10th day of the protest so that everybody can go back to their house and continue on the hardship, and continue on the poverty, and continue on the hunger, and he will continue everything or whatever they're doing in the Aso Rock villa there, and they will continue in the hardship poverty in Nigeria. But Nigerians are saying if he fail to address the poverty, if he fails to address the hunger issue, if he fails to address the price of commodity law goods that is being inflated in the market, if he fails to attend to all their agitations, the fuel price not be reduced, because they said the subsidy that was removed, they never reap any dividends from the subsidy that was removed. And according to report, Nigeria realized trillions of naira from the subsidy that was removed. Now, according to what Tinubu said, he said he gave the money to state governors so that they can use it to alleviate poverty from their states and all. But the state governments, many of them are denying the fact that they collect billions of naira from Tinubu, from the federal government and all. But Tinubu said he gave them the money. Now, where is the money? Is it demon that is now running with the money, or is it angel that took the money away? Where is the trillions of naira that we actually realized from the subsidy that was removed? Because Nigerians actually suffered throughout the subsidy time and all, throughout the time that Tinubu removed the subsidy. Now, where is the dividends of the suffering? Are the people really seeing the money? Who is accounting for the money? Tinubu is pushing it to state governors. State governors are pushing it back to Tinubu. Who are we to hold accountable for these things that is happening in Nigeria right now? And a lot of people are dying of hunger every day. People cannot afford to eat 2 square meals in their houses. They said if Tinubu cannot allow them to reap the dividends of the subsidy that was removed, they should bring back the subsidy and be selling fuel as a 200 naira per liter or 180 per liter. Not that fuel will be around 700 and something naira per liter, 800 and something naira per liter in some places, and people cannot afford to buy the fuel, or people cannot afford transportation. Even people producing goods and services, they can't transport again in Nigeria. People are dying of hunger. A lot of people are dropping out of school. Things are not going well in the country, and the people are stating their agitation that Tinubu should even reduce the cost of governance. The economy of Nigeria is already crippled already. Why is Tinubu putting a lot of load on the economy itself? Why is Tinubu introducing new cabinets and new offices and appointing different people every time and all of that? And a lot of people are saying that Tinubu is just putting his loyalists in position. He don't want to care about their competency and all, their qualification. Maybe they qualify for the position and all. They say we just put them there. That's what is happening in Nigeria right now. They said Tinubu is practicing nepotism in the highest order now, and he's using this to suppress and choke the economy of the country. Now the people are crying now. They said no, enough is enough. You government cannot be enjoying on our behalf in the Aso Villa there. You will buy SUV for yourself, and I said that is not enough. You buy presidential yacht that is not relevant now. The 5 billion naira presidential yacht they buy. How many of you have seen the yacht? How many of you have seen Tinubu in the yacht? That's the question. Now they build houses for Shetiman and all, and they do all sort of things, and Nigerians are in higher poverty. They can't afford to eat 1 square meal now. The people are asking for Tinubu to make changes and all. But this is the 10th day of the protest. Nothing is being done. And Nigerians are saying they will not leave streets. They will make sure that their demands and their agitations are being attended to before they will leave street. Now, drop your opinion in the comment section on this video regarding what Biden said about what is happening in Nigeria. Because if care is not taken, it will take a stronger hand on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because when the protest continues and it persists in a democratic country, US will interfere. America will surely interfere. That's what is happening now. Biden have issued the first warning to Tinubu, and I see that is not enough. Nigeria still continues on the protest. Drop your opinion in the comment section as I'm gonna that for you. Ensure follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG watch TV.